What's up, y'all? Oh my god, I can't even. Okay, I have so much to say. It's 7:56 a.m. and it's March 9th on a Sunday. I woke up. I think I woke up at like 7. And as soon as I woke up, I woke up like feeling like that sleep was bust. Like, it was so good. Like, I slept asleep. And this was like this is like sleep with capital S. And I felt so well rested. I made my coffee. And I don't know what happened, but then I started yapping. I started yapping to myself about myself. Because this is the thing. Like, this is why I have so much shit to fucking say about fucking nothing. But is this, okay? For the first time in my life ever, maybe not the first time, but this is the most important. I can say that for sure. This is the most important growth I'm feeling that is growing mentally, physically. No. Psychologically. And if it happens, usually when the growth happens, I don't kind of necessarily figure it out at that time, like real time. I figure it out later than that was actually growth, right? And it's hard. Like, I usually have a very hard time growing and learning. And then years later, I'll kind of like look back to it and like, oh, that's when I kind of grew as a person, right? This is the first time ever in my life that I'm growing. And I'm feeling, I can feel it. I can feel myself growing and kind of maturing and understanding myself a lot better, but in real time, you know? And it's kind of freaking me out, but in a good way. So this morning, I started thinking about why I feel like I'm always lying. Like, I feel like I'm always lying, but I'm not. But I always have that feeling of like, someone's gonna accuse me no matter what I say of lying. So, for example, let's say I have a dog and I have a white dog and it's literally right here. But someone in this world or someone that sees this is gonna say, no, you don't. And then I'll pull up receipts and I'll pull up pictures. I'll pull up even like sometimes legal documents of like what I'm talking about. But still, if they choose not to believe me, they just won't. You know what I mean? It don't matter. And that had happened to me before. And the reason that they did that was because they wanted to invalidate me. That happened to me a lot, actually. And even when I was young, that happened too much when I was young. And then when I grew up, it happened with my friends too. Like, sometimes they just would not trust what I say, even though it was fucking true. And I would give them like show them legal documents of like, look at it, like, please, like, I am not lying. Why are you saying that I'm lying? And I don't lie. I'm fucking bad at lying too. I'm bad at hiding things. I'm bad at lying. And just look, please, right? And I hate being accused of lying when I'm telling the truth. You know that feeling of like, you can't like, you just want to like get into their brain and just like, come on, you know? Like, I get that. But even now, like, for example, it would be such minuscule detail. No one gives a shit. So let's say, oh, I saw a bird yesterday. And it was just a part of a conversation. No one gives a shit. But I'll be like, but what if they don't believe that I saw a bird? Do I have a picture of that bird? And then if I don't, I freak out. And I'm like, I saw a bird and that bird had this head and I think that bird is this variety. Like, they don't give a shit, right? But if I do have a picture, I immediately pull it up and like, this was the bird that I saw. And like, it's like, it was really there. And they're like, okay, like, moving on. Like, okay, like, no one fucking asked you, right? But I kind of do that with everything. I kind of over-explain everything. And this, you know what? I edit my podcast. I edit. Can I speak? I edit this shit myself 소금. 그만. 그만. I edit this shit myself. And sometimes I can hear myself over explaining things. Like I would say one thing and explain why it was so true, and why I'm not lying for like 20 minutes, and it'll be like, I had diarrhea yesterday. Okay, move on, dude. Like, no one gives a shit. Like, even that, everything I do, I feel like I over explain myself to the point of like, it sometimes feels like I'm lying when I'm telling a very simple fact. You know what I mean? Because like when a person is just like trying to like prove themselves so much and over explain shit, it's usually because like they're trying to like make up excuses of like why they're not lying. Or sometimes like, so I don't know, but like it's this like ongoing anxiety of like, oh, people are not gonna like believe whatever is it that I say. Whatever is it that I say. And even if it's just a minor detail of myself, they're not gonna fucking believe it. And I don't know why I can't let that go. Like, I want to let that go. I really want to, because you get that, like, of course, like some people, if they have, bad intent towards you, if they just want to give you hell, they're gonna do it no matter what. You're like, right? Like, they're gonna do it no matter what. But it's just like, why can't maybe I have this like complex of like, I don't want to be a bad person. I want to be a good person. And I know I don't want to like cause negative effect towards anybody. And I'm like, I have this kind of like obsessiveness of like, I can't cause anything negative. Whatever I do, I'm not going to make it like cause anything negative. Like, I'm only going to like exude fucking, what is it? The optimistic vibes, only positive vibes. Like, it's like almost this obsession to like, but when it becomes obsessive, it's negative, right? Because like I can't regulate it anymore. But it's that. And well, that part's over. That was ranting about myself. And yesterday I plowed through Claire Keegan. I don't know if it's the real right name. The Irish author. Small Things Like These was the book that I read. I plowed through it. It was a quick read. I think it took like... See, who cares how long it took for you to read that book? Who gives a shit? No one asked you. But let me tell, like, I loved the way that it started out, because it was very in retrospect, and she writes in a very calm way, and I love reading just explanations of scenery, because I like that shit. And I loved it. And then at the end of the day, at the end of the book, I was like, oh, this was fucking like, it was actually like kind of like based on a true story. And then I got into the Magdalene Laundry, the mother and child house in Ireland that was going on for almost a full century. And I got just so like what the fuck? Like, come on, guys. Like, I really try to not speak bad about religion. I really don't. And I think faith itself is something that is, you have to have enough practice and strength to practice that for a long time. And you have to have enough, it's like giving yourself to that time. Like, it's commitment. But when I'm talking about this kind of thing, I'm not like shitting on religion. I'm talking about these huge ass institutions that have existed for thousands of years now, and how rotten to the core they are, to the point where in whatever holy name they're representing and what they do to people is pure evil. But they would refuse to believe that because it was out of empathy. Like, it's that. Like, that is the thing that just, like, I'm like, come on. Like, we can't do this kind of shit anymore. Right? And the last one, the Magdalene Laundry. Okay, if I do give a brief explanation of this, I'm just going off of my memory, and I did a very brief research yesterday on Wikipedia, and I did read a few articles. But if I do misquote things, please forgive me. It's because I'm filming with my phone right now and I can't pull it up. Is this convent that was ran by the Irish Church, Catholic Church. And it started as, it's almost like an asylum, right? It is an asylum. It is a jail. First, it started as like a housing system, I guess. And then as they grew and as they had to be self-sufficient, it grew into laundromats almost for themselves, like washing. And I think that's where they got the name Magdalene Laundry. But then it's not just that, because they were, the women that were forcibly admitted there, were fallen women. And by fallen women, I'm talking about this very, very, very narrow mind of morality at that time of how a woman should be. First of all, you need to be a virgin forever, but have kids. Number two, what the fuck? Why are you there? Why can you read? Why can you speak? You're a devil. Like that kind of thing. So it will be children. There will be children. There'll be women that had children out of wedlock. Women that are suffering with mental illness. And sometimes victims of horrendous crimes. But if they were violated, they were fallen. Even it was from incest and rape. So those are legitimate victims that was sent to jail. That was, what's worse is that the guards, there weren't prison guards. There were sisters. They were nuns of the Catholic Church. And the abuse. I've read a few interviews and some recollections of it, and it just made me very sad. It made me very sad that and it was so recent too. Like it was so recent. Too recent for me to be like, that was so fucked up. Like, whoa, thank God we grew out of that. No. Like, it was well in the 20th century. And that's what gets me, is because, like, atrocities that I know is the most evil happened in the 20th century. And well into 21st, you know? So I'm like, I don't know. I just feel stuck. I feel stuck. I feel defeated. I feel defeated. I feel like there's nothing I can do. Because the more I try to be aware of things and the more I try to let myself experience things and learn more, I feel like it's very important for me to educate myself because no one else is going to do it for me. I'm fucking 30. No one else is going to do it for me anymore. So if I want to learn something, I have to really try every single day to teach myself, right? But every time I do it, I find something fucking horrendous that went on that I did not know, and I feel defeated all over again. What is that? What is that, do you think? And yeah, the next book that I'm going to read is Crying in H Mart. I have it right there. I hope it doesn't gut me, because anything that has to be about immigrant about being in the States as an Asian. Like, it's gonna gut me, but I feel like that's gonna heal me a little bit because the attitude towards it, I don't think it's so detrimental. And it's fiction, so let me just like get that through my fucking head that it's fiction. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And girl, I was reading 1984. I think I read it like 4 times, 4 or 5 times now. I don't know why, but you know that that moment when what is his name? Winston? The guy, whatever, Winston, first sees the girl in the ministry of something, and he fucking hates her. I mean, it's like, it's not like that hate her. It's like when men feel, number one, a bit intimidated by a woman, and number two, they're actually attracted to them, but they fucking hate the girl. They hate the woman. And first, when Winston sees the girl, that is so, I don't know why. It's not even like for pages and pages. It's just like one page of what his first inner dialogue was when he first saw her, and her first impression in his brain. I don't know why. That instantly grabbed me. And I read stop. I read from there over and over again. Over and over again. Because I don't know why. It's just like, this is so, of course it's written by a man, a British man, but this is what I'm fucking talking about. Like, I think George Orwell really kind of, in that very short paragraph or whatever, it's so like, yeah, this is how men feel. This is how men feel when they see a woman, but they're attracted, like they're attracted to the woman, but at the same time, because they feel attracted and intimidated a little bit, they instantly have to belittle the woman inside of their brains. And because they think they have that authority. They think that if they think it in their head, it's true. Like, it makes me so mad, but at the same time intrigued of how that happened. What happened to you? What happened to you? Y'all, what happened to y'all to make you guys think like that? Because it's delusional. Like, I don't think it's good for you. I don't think it's good for anyone. But it's so true, though. And I just read from that part over and over again, and I just have been hyperfixated on that front. And now I'm reading about A Little Life. I tried to get into it multiple times, but in the beginning, I don't know why, but like being in New York and doing art, it's something so triggering for me because it's too close to home. So I kind of stopped. I think I stopped more than a dozen times. But I've been like getting into it yesterday. I read the first 2 chapters and I'm like, okay, it's not that bad, but I already fucking hate a character. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I fucking hate him. But yeah. I hope this is enough, because that's all I want to talk about. Like, that's it. I just want to fucking like rest now. Was there more? Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for listening. Be nice to yourself. Be nice to others. Bye.